Oh Lord, pull up in that '04, pedal to the metal, says she wanna hit the flow more.
You know what? One of my favorite movies of all time, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, came out in the early 60s. And the stars were Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. And in real life, they hated each other. And they played out their hatred in this movie, okay? So in the movie, Joan Crawford, Bette Davis, they're sisters. Joan Crawford is in the wheelchair. You know, she can't do anything. And her sister, Bette Davis, has got to take care of her in the wheelchair. And Bette Davis just mistreats this woman in the wheelchair throughout the entire movie. I mean, it's brutal, all right? So finally, in one of the climactic scenes, you got the dramatic music playing, you know, and Bette Davis had just kicked Joan Crawford down the stairs, you know, out of this wheelchair, you know, and Joan Crawford's looking up at Bette Davis and said, "Hey, if I weren't in this wheelchair, you wouldn't do this to me." And Bette Davis looks at Joan Crawford and says, But you are in the wheelchair." Kind of reminds me of the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons, the last 20 years, they finished in the bottom half of the NFL in total defense 15 times. Yeah, yet they complain that everybody keeps calling them a bad defense. But they are. A bad defense. They beg to differ. We're going to talk about that. They say otherwise, the Falcons, the coaching staff, the players. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But first, subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited right here on this YouTube channel. And we're sponsored by Prize Picks. Great fantasy game. You can pick 2 to 5 players in various sports. You can go over or under. Just put in that promotion code right there. ASU as in Atlanta Sports Unlimited. Also, I'm the author, The Real Hank Aaron. Okay, and if you want me to autograph this book, it's a great book. Just go www.therealhankaaron.com and you can do it that way. You will not be disappointed. I'll get to the Falcons here. Training camp. They've got training camp going on now. They've had about a couple of weeks, and they keep talking about how. And when I say they, I'm talking about the head coach Arthur Smith. I'm talking about Dean Pease, the defensive coordinator. I'm talking about the players, the old ones, very few old ones, and new ones. They keep talking about how there's this change in attitude this year, in the second year of the Arthur Smith, Dean Pease regime. They talk about how they're more aggressive, about how they're more physical, how they've got more swagger out there. Yeah, I've been covering the National Football League in some capacity for about 45 years. Cincinnati Bengals back in the 70s, 49ers and the Raiders in the 80s, and the Falcons were just shy of forever, okay? And I always hear the head coaches and the defensive coordinators say this stuff, that we want to be more physical, we want more swagger, we want to be more aggressive. They always say that. All right, but, and last year they said the same thing when they were one of the times that they finished in the bottom half of the NFL in total defense in one of the 15 times the last 20 years in the first year of Dean Pease. Now, getting to Dean Pease, over the years, he's been an excellent defensive coordinator. So, you give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? You can say, well, he's getting more of his players in the 3-4 defense or what have you. And Dean Pease, last week he was saying all the same stuff you normally hear from defense coordinators. I just told you what they are. But then he said that I am sick and tired of people saying how bad we're going to be on defense. Well, again, I mean, all right, I'm going with that. The only way they're going to prove us differently in this 3-4 defense, okay? Well, a defense that only has 2.5 proven guys, okay? Grady Jarrett, I should say, on the defensive line. You got A.J. Terrell, a left cornerback. He's coming along. Hayward, he might be a half. He's other corner that they just picked up during the offseason. You could say Deion Jones, but he's injured and he probably won't be here this year. So that's all they got on defense, okay? That they're trying to remake them, what have you, okay? So what's going to have to happen? Instead of telling us, they're going to have to show us, starting on Friday at Detroit in the first exhibition game, and then they're going to have to show us in the other 2 exhibition games, and then they're going to really have to show us during the regular season. Until then, the Falcons are still in that wheelchair.
This is my falsetto, wicked potion with the slow pour. This is my addiction, make me wanna go for more. Pale